everybody. Welcome to Talking Bitch. This is a podcast where the rage is real, the opinions are loud, and absolutely no one is safe from that group chat energy. We're talking games, culture, and whatever chaos is happening online. My name is Austin. I'm one half of your co-host for this show, and allow me to introduce your last, but definitely not least, the second first in command, Drake Kwan.
We're all on a spectrum.
We're starting with a spectrum type of conversation because you are either with this or you are against this on the spectrum. There is no yes or no. There's no maybes. There is, are you okay with Sony stopping physical media, or are you against Sony stopping physical media?
I haven't seen anybody that's for this shit though. Have you seen anybody that actually are in favor of this shit?
No, only people, only investors, really, that don't see it as a problem when this is really, this is going to potentially be Sony's, like, the first nail in Sony's coffin.
Like ever since they moved to California, everything had just been shit after shit after shit, and now this is like holy shit. Damn,
Like,
those fucking California liberals really got to them.
it's like most of, I know I wrote it down here, but I can say it now. But like this all happened before when they were trying to do stuff with Helldivers. If you had to
Yeah, when
link
they
your
try to
PSN
force
account,
PSN, fucking try to force PSN accounts on a PC.
and it had such a huge backlash that they had to shut. They gave a what was it, a 2 week timeline, and there was such a backlash and a drop off in player count from Helldivers that they had to reverse their decision within days. And then Helldivers went back to being a very like a top performing game. It wasn't at the levels that it was before that announcement, but it was still a top performing game when they reversed track. It's still, to me, one of those things of like Sony is not learning from their mistakes whatsoever,
It
and
they
they're
never learned
doubling
their
down on them.
mistakes. Crippling down actually. But yeah, like they have not learned anything actually from all the way back to PlayStation 3. So yeah, they haven't learned shit.
It's just sad. You'd think PlayStation 3 would have been a pretty big learning mistake for them because PS4 went off almost without a hitch. Like
Almost.
that
I mean, I
that
will give PlayStation.
entire, yeah, I was to say that entire generation with PS4 was like, it wasn't necessarily banger after banger after banger of games. Like there was a lot of really good games. There wasn't like many generational PS4 games, but
But
they
at
did
least
much better than
PlayStation
Xbox and
4, yeah.
Nintendo did.
No, exactly. At least PlayStation 4, like during the time period of the PlayStation 4, they didn't do anything stupid enough to make people go like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Because they were pretty quiet. Honestly, during that time period, it was Xbox fucking it up more than anything else. So yeah, like they were doing pretty well. But now we're at this fucking point once again with the fucking Sony. You know
And
what pisses me off extra about this whole situation? Them, like announcing and the physical, like production of physical games.
what?
The day they announced that, they shutting down. They also announced shutting down PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita store.
Which I know you had a lot more ties to the PlayStation 3 and Vita store than I did, but it's still like there's still gamers around the globe right now that are playing their Vitas. They're playing their PS3s because they can't get to that next generation anything.
I have PlayStation 3 right next to me. It's set up. You know why? Because I have so many physical games. Physical fucking games on PlayStation 3. They're games that have not been ported back to PlayStation 4 or 5 yet. So
I mean, yeah,
yes.
there's games that I just recently set up my Xbox 360 because, for one, my sister wanted to play Viva Pinata. It's a very fun gardening game. It's not, there's nothing to it. You literally just garden and you collect pinatas as
Right.
pets. And then I really wanted to replay the Fable series because I'm excited about the new Fable. And the only reason I can do any of that is because I still have those physical copies of Fable 1, not Fable 1, I have that on PC, but Fable 2 and 3, I still have the physical copies that I can play. And today I can't do that unless I pay for Xbox Game Pass, and it's all digital and streaming. So like
Uh,
it's Sony doubling down on something that's already a problem within the industry of games not being ported to newer generations, only becoming a physical asset to a previous generation. It's just creating a bigger divide between what gamers want and then what companies want. I think I wrote in here, uh, we're in the grand scheme of things, this doesn't affect all the gamers as a whole, but it does help the Stop Killing Games movement prove that companies don't want to provide a real product to their customers anymore.
no, they don't. I mean, especially now we have learned um, that Sony can also take away your account and all your purchases are gone as well. So that's on top of this shit as well. Holy shit, we have so much to talk about. But yeah, when they're shutting down their PlayStation, stores, and they have done this shit too. You have no access to the things that you have bought because it's not like a Sony will give you a website where you can still download, or they will give you some kind of like a function in PlayStation 3 for you to connect to the all the games and all the whatever avatars and DLCs you bought, that you still have access to. No, like once they shut down the store, it's gone. The shit you bought with your money, it's gone. Like that's not consumer protection. There's no rights. Like what the fuck? Like what am I fucking paying my money for? If I bought a fucking refrigerator and a few years later, a fucking people from Home Depot just shows out of nowhere. It's like, hey, by the way, you don't have rights to your refrigerator anymore. We're gonna just take this away. I was like, what? You would think they would be fucking retarded. Oh, fuck.
Drake just woke up, by the way. This is a normal Drake conversation.
Dude, it's too early for this shit. No, they have tried. Sony has tried digital only mediums before. I don't know if anybody remembers PlayStation Portable. They also had the PlayStation Portable Go, which was download only version of a PlayStation Portable. Guess how that fucking worked out? Not
Oh,
so well.
not well. It's just like the PlayStation Portal didn't work out because it was barely a streaming version.
That you still had to set it up as each own console, but somehow you still had to connect to the. Yeah, it was just so weird. Ugh. Sony just keep trying to like every time they do something okay, they like put a gun to their head and then to their consumers, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're killing each other for no reason. I say, why?
It's just yeah, I mean, they do so many things like that where it's constantly a "I'm sorry you feel that way" type of thing with Sony. At least as of late.
They're not even saying I'm sorry you feel that way anymore. They're just like, yeah, sucks to suck.
Just
Gosh.
standing there in front of you with the worst possible outcome. They're just so what's
They
your credit
haven't
card number?
posted anything in 5 days because they know they fucked up and they're just waiting for people to stop talking about it.
The problem is they forget the power of the internet sometimes.
Like
I
because that
should
worked out so fucking well last time, and you guys pulled this shit off with those Helldivers. Yeah, people stopped talking about it, right? Because that's why you reverse your fucking decisions.
Yeah, you can stop. You can if you do the right thing, people will shut up. The problem is the next post they make is going. It doesn't matter what's on that post. It will be about this decision to stop doing physical media. I think there's going to be some smartass on there. It might be me. That whatever the post is of like, oh, coming up on Sony's next big thing, here's this game, and then I can immediately just like, man, this game would look great if it was on a disc in my or if it was on a disc in my shelf.
But no, but they will sell you a box without a disc in it.
I don't even think they're actually going to do that anymore. Like Rockstar is doing that. That's actually the one I was going to bring up with this is the backlash was so bad. Rockstar asked PlayStation to remove their GTA 6 advertising from their pages. So on the
Crazy.
PlayStation app on your phone, it wasn't the blue with the PS symbol on there. It was the PS symbol with the background of like a GTA style, like the Miami background that they've been using for the GTA 6 advertising. And then when you click on the app, they had GTA 6 like stylized everything in the background. Like they're really pushing GTA 6. Obviously, whether it's good or not, it'll be a generational game for some reason. Um, with that being said, Rockstar asked them to take all of it down. All of this backlash was so bad that Rockstar had to be like, "We got to let you cool off before we can advertise with you," which says a lot about Rockstar's advertising.
Does. I mean, they're also confident in their product to sell, regardless of advertising anyway. So,
Oh, I'm sure they've already made close to $100 million off of digital pre-orders.
which is stupid fucking thing to start with, but we're not getting into that today.
No, we're not going to get into the scalpers that have probably made an additional $100 million off their
Fucking digital code.
overpriced digital codes. And you don't even get the code yet. You literally you you get an email that lets you know that you purchased it and the code will come in when the game is released.
What's the fucking point, you dipshits?
All the
Oh,
people I know it's a weird tangent, but everybody who purchased an eBay version of the digital code is never seeing that code. They're wasting their money. They're never going to
I,
see that game.
man, fuck, fuck,
On
fuck
on a
this
side
time.
note, while we're here and talking about that, it was going around for a while on Twitter and Instagram that some dude made his girlfriend sign a contract that he's not to be bothered for 1 week when GTA 6 announced. He signed a
When it
contract.
comes out, yeah, he needs that 1 week. Not bothered. Oh,
Okay, back to the real conversation here. Yeah, literally in one weekend, Sony has shot themselves in the foot several times. Like
yeah, it's just
it's
crazy.
it's bad when it gets to this point with them because, like we said, with PS4 era, they were the kings of all the consoles. Like they were winning. The PS4 was so successful compared to what Xbox was doing at the time that Xbox like it started the downfall of Xbox hardware.
I mean, yeah, I mean, at this point, we're still speculating, but there's a good chance there won't be Xbox anymore going forward.
Which is great because if Xbox is smart, they announced that they're developing a disk drive Xbox system.
Oh man, imagine if that's how they come back to life. Is to say, hey, by the way, our next Xbox system comes with a disk drive. Which I actually want to fucking point out another thing about PlayStation. They have they
Well,
sell they sell the fucking disk drive separately.
I just had fun technical difficulties, but we're gonna still roll. We're still rolling.
Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you bought either disc version of a PlayStation 5 or you bought that extra the attachment, the disc drive attachment for PlayStation 5, you got fucked. Oh, that's a fucking fraud. That's a scam. How do you sell shit that you're not gonna support selling anymore? Oh,
Listen, at this point, like I don't think they reversed their decision until I would venture to say that when the PS6 comes out is when they will finally start paying attention to the backlash. Because I think when that next console comes out, we'll kind of just prove how many people are actually willing to purchase a console that is entirely digital and potentially just on its way to being a streaming device for $1,000.
Yeah, if
You know,
anybody
that's
pays that money for a machine that you don't actually get to play games natively, I'm sorry, I don't fucking have anything nice to say then. You know, it's like holy shit that you just wasted $1,000 on a shit that you don't actually play games on. Oh,
oh man. All right. Well, on to the next topic. What do you think about Minecraft being illegal?
fucking there's another dumb fucking shit after another. So I want to you know what? This is a good fucking tangent because all of this has something to do with stop killing games, right? Stop killing games started off as a hey, the game companies when you shut down a server for a live service games, give players, the people who pay money to buy the games, some kind of way to continue playing their games. Whether that be allow them to run their own servers or give to switch the game to offline games or something. And with the Sony going, like, oh, by the way, everything's digital from now on, so we can shut down your purchases and games and take away your rights at any fucking time. And then fucking ESA comes out and is like, yeah, by the way, the community servers of Minecraft and Call of Duty, they're illegal. Get the fuck out of here! How do you fuck this shit up so much? How do you be this fucking retarded and dense and tone deaf at the same time back to each other? Fucking tell me the number of actual fucking number the player bases on a Minecraft that plays on a community server instead of a official server. Because you can't fucking tell me people actually play on Microsoft official servers.
I think
Oh
they
fuck.
they do. The problem with like so official servers, the biggest problem is that there's always hackers. There's always dumb shit going on. That's why people do private servers. Because you want to play with your friends. You don't want to pay for a Microsoft server, which is probably why they're trying to push for this to be illegal, is because Microsoft wants to sell their servers. They want to sell their dungeons. What the realms, I think it was called. Like you can purchase a realm that's just a private server, but it's ran through Microsoft.
Yeah. I mean, clearly this is all all of this decision is money based. They just want to shit. Fucking hell! Like it pisses me off. The shareholders, want their, like, oh yeah, we gotta get the numbers look good for the next quarter or whatever, and then companies themselves like, yeah, we need to get better margin, better, bottom line. It's like, dude, what the fuck are we paying money for? Oh, if I
I
bought a
think
game, if I bought a fucking game, Minecraft included, I already paid for it. I should have the rights to do whatever the fuck I want with it. I should have the rights to play however the fuck I want with it. Like if I want to run a private server through, let's say, Bisect or other fucking services, and so I can just play with my friends instead of playing with a bunch of randos, then I should have the rights to do that.
I agree. I fully agree. I just I don't know. It's a weird time in the gaming industry because it just feels like every single thing that we want, everything that we consumers are asking and begging for certain things to happen. There's one company that kind of listens to the consumers. They tend to be very late on their timing when they listen to them, and it's Nintendo. It's always Nintendo.
I don't even want to say Nintendo actually listens to their, like a fan base anymore.
I think they do. The problem is that they're always so late to everything. Like, this is why I say that they listen to their fan base. Not well, and they're late when they listen, but they still listen. Everybody wanted Metro Prime 4. They waited 6 years, announced a Metro Prime 4, and then kind of just threw something together and hoped it worked, and it was not a good game.
It was
Everybody
not a good game.
everybody wanted a new Star Fox. Took them 20 years to finally get around to doing it, and it's so far looks like it's been an okay game.
And it's
Not
just
great.
straight a remake of a
Yeah,
64. So yeah,
it's just like on one hand, I will say that I do think it's a good showing of games that worked very well back then, like a Star Fox, just are not like people are so stuck in their nostalgia about how good the game was back on Nintendo 64 that they're forgetting about that style of game doesn't work today because we're too privileged by every single type of game that we already have. Where a Star Fox game is literally bottom of the barrel, bare bones,
it's a rail shooter.
nothing. Yeah, like
It's a rail shooter. Yeah.
like you can go spend $2 at an arcade near your house, you will get the same experience. Like,
It's. I mean, there's a lot of problem with this trend that Nintendo is going through right now. Remakes, ports. Like it's just nothing new. It's just all. You guys want this old game? We'll just remaster it, remake it, and bring it here. It's like you look at Switch 2. What are the actual new games on this system compared to ports and remakes? Like not many, not really many, and it's already been over a year since Switch 2 came out. So, and this whole key card thing, the digital key card, like I am a little bit of skeptical about it. I think it's a there's a plus, both good and bad side about it. The good will be okay. It's a digital game that you can still share with your friends, but the downside is it's still digital game. We should still have access to physical game, and Nintendo do have a physical, games. It's just a lot of the big games are only, like a digital only. Mostly because Nintendo, for their stubbornness, has been stuck with their proprietary hardware storage system. So it's very limited how much you can like store into a game.
which is
So
crazy
yeah,
because like with those cartridges and everything, they have virtually unlimited storage. I think we talked about it before in the last episode of like they truthfully could increase the price of a game depending on how large the game is because those cartridges could just you could just have a chip with more storage on it. And at that point, like you can even sell it as that. Like the reason this game is $80 is because it's not your typical 30 gigabyte uh, Nintendo game. It's actually 120 gigabytes, and we needed a larger storage to be able to hold the entire game in there. The game has to be good if you're going to do that, but like it's amazing to me that like Nintendo is so stuck in their ways, yet they, like I said, I still think that they do listen to their fans. They're just late to listening to their fans.
I
I don't
mean,
know what else you
yeah.
got there.
Look. I'm looking at Nintendo Online. It's one of the most upvotable online services for any console, right? But at the same time, it's one of the most finicky online services if you try to play multiplayer games, through online. It's very case by case with the games. You try to play some games like Mario Kart, it works fine, no fucking problem. But you try to play Smash Ultimate on it, fuck you. The game already has a 14 fucking frame input delay built into it. Combine that with a shitty online, you're having like a 30 fucking frames delay on your inputs, so none of the fucking inputs come out when I fucking want it to. I'm sorry, this is tangent, but yeah, I'm not happy with how Smash Online works. Oh, but Nintendo do actually provide people with a option to play physical games, and I'm pretty sure they will continue to do so because Nintendo is a Nintendo, and they have their quote unquote philosophy or you call it stubborn, ness, whatever, but they just have way of they doing it. It's just the NOA with their new president and whatnot. I am not certain of how things gonna be anymore. Now, since Reggie left, the Nintendo has not been the same. Let's just put it that way.
It feels like it's changing. Like you're more in the know than I am when it comes to Nintendo. So like it does feel different.
Man, yeah, I mean, look, a lot of things that has been done during Doug Bowser's time period, it was for, because business reasons and whatnot. Doug Bowser did, like green lighted a lot of the ports and remakes, which, hindsight was not the best idea, but it did help because a lot of people were, looking for that nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
And they got it, and they're gonna get under the nostalgia. I don't know how well the next Legend of Zelda game, the remake of Ocarina of Time will do because it was revolutionary at the time when it came out, 1997. But it's been 30 years. The games have evolved. So unless this remake is also evolving in the gameplay, if it just goes straight up one-to-one remake, I don't think it will do as well as people think it will.
No, and
Like
it's like I think it's the same thing I was saying of like the nostalgia with like Star Fox and Metroid Prime. I think
the
people
Met,
just look at it as the nostalgia of like, oh, this was like with Ocarina of Time, like, oh, this was the best Legend of Zelda ever, but it was the best of its time. Like personally, I always think that Twilight Princess is actually better than Ocarina of Time.
well, yeah,
Like to
because
me, it
it's
tells a
few
much
generation removed.
yeah. Like I
Yeah,
genuinely, I just believe it's a better game. I believe the story of Twilight Princess, the gameplay, everything was just better than Ocarina of Time. But it was also in that weird time period of it was kind of moving towards we were moving away from the Wii anyways. Actually, no, never mind. It came out before Skyward
GameCube.
Sword, which was you're right, it did come out GameCube.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was thinking I kept thinking of it as like a Wii U title because they've only done the HD port for Twilight Princess on the Wii U.
On Wii U. Yeah.
Like even like I still think like Wind Waker to me is still better than Ocarina of Time. And I
I
remember
mean,
when that game came out and people but just looking at the art style alone, people hated the game. And then when they played it, I think they realized like this one is actually really fun.
there's a reason why it has been ported to the Switch to GameCube emulator. A lot of people are enjoying it.
It's the
But
only
yeah,
reason
I,
I want
I
to get a Switch too is because the emulators. Plus, like
right.
now as a
It's
consumer,
a
like
good
I have
yeah.
more of an incentive to get a Switch 2 because I know 5 years from now, I could probably still go to a GameStop, a Walmart, a Target, wherever I can go to purchase physical games, and I'll still be able to get that physical game.
Right. You will still have the Nintendo physical games available at your stores. Can't say same about the, PlayStation or Xbox. I'm including Xbox in there because we don't know if Xbox will exist in next, 10 years.
Yeah, it's a weird thing of like I do believe Xbox will exist in 10 years. I am very worried about how they exist. Like I do get worried about it now. I do
Yeah,
have hope.
mostly as a
What
Game Pass. Yeah.
what gives me more hope about them actually excuse me, existing as a real game console company still is if Sony keeps messing up like this and allowing themselves to keep being scrutinized for wanting to push the digital media aspect of everything rather than physical games, Xbox has a chance to get one over on Sony.
They do.
It's I like we are. I mean, I don't know. I already said it, but like Nintendo truly has a chance right now. Just to if they made one tweet, they made one post, one Instagram post that just says We still do physical media. That I guarantee sales go up that day.
Which is fucking hilarious because that's what Sony did back in PlayStation 4 when Xbox says, hey, you cannot share your games with your friends anymore. And what this Sony did? Oh, yeah, by the way, this is how you share your games with your friends and family. Well, that's the fucking game. Holy fucking shit. How are we, like just doing a full fucking loop?
It's just
Oh,
this is where companies are too dumb sometimes.
I can't believe this fucking shit, man. Oh, man. This shit is so funny. Like, depressing. Depressing is the word I'm looking for. This shit is so depressing.
All right. Do you got anything else you want to add to these topics here?
I hope all of these fucking executives that made these decisions go fuck themselves and burn in hell.
On that note, next week we'll have a much better episode. I think this one was a good one. I do agree. This is an important one to have to talk about like actual physical media and digital media and the differences. Like this is a very good subject to talk about, but I think next week we'll have a little bit more of a fun subject to talk about. Um, until then, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Talking Bitch. And just remember, if you've partaken in any illegal Terraria server modding, then you may be entitled to physical compensation. Drake, would you share us your thoughts one last time about physical media going away?
And what the fuck am I paying my money for? If shit, I can't believe we just keep talking about this fucking thing. But if if I pay money to buy a shit and if I don't actually own it, then what the fuck? I should be able to get my